أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا ومولى الكونين رسول الثقلين جد الحسن والحسين أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
وآله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين المكرمين المطهرين المنتجبين المنتخبين والعاقبة للمتقين والجنة للمطيعين والنار للعاصين واللعنة الدائمة الباقية على أعدائهم من الآن إلى قيام يوم الدين أما بعد فقد قال الله سبحانه تبارك وتعالى في محكم كتابه الكريم وهو أصدق القائلين وقوله الحق بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وضرب الله مثلا قرية كانت آمنة مطمئنة يأتيها رزقها رغدا من كل مكان فكفرت بأنعم الله فأذاقها الله لباس الجوع والخوف بما كانوا يصنعون اللهم صل على محمد
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
أوصيكم ونفسي بتقوى الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Al-Nahl, ayah number 112 says, and Allah cites the example of a town which was peaceful and content. The provision, the rizq were coming to them bountifully from all the places, from all sides. But then it rebelled against the desire, against the ni'mat or blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah made it taste hunger and fear for what they used to do. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is clearly mentioning in this ayah His policy that as long as you enjoy the ni'mat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, His blessings, and are thankful, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not cease His ni'mat. He will continue giving His ni'mat and He will continue showering His blessings upon you. But if you rebel against the desires, against the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then you should wait for the hunger, wait for the fear, because then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would put you in maybe some kind of hardships and problems and difficulties. And it's not that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's, it is the wish of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No, it's not like that. It is actually due to your Aamal, your bad or evil deeds. So before I begin the khutbah, I would like to congratulate all of you, and especially the Imam of our time on this auspicious occasion of the Milad of Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam. And this month, the month of Shaban, these are the days that we are living in, are the very blessed days of this month. And this month is in itself a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a ni'mat from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And as you would know that this month is attributed to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Many, alhamdulillah, good events have taken place in this month. The Wiladat of our third Imam, Wiladat of our fourth Imam, our 12th Imam, as well as Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam, all have taken place in this month. So this month is, alhamdulillah, very special month in the calendar of our Hijrah Islamic calendar. And one of the characteristics, one of the qualities or unique things about this month is that there is no shahada, there is no wafat in this special month. And they say, ulama have mentioned that the month of Shaban belongs to Imam Hussain alayhi salam, especially because Imam Hussain alayhi salam was the first one who was born in this month. And in this month, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made sure that no wafat or shahadat occurs. And the same way for the month of Muharram, there is no wiladat in that month. So these 2 months, because they are attributed to our third Imam especially, so there is no shahadat in this month, the month of Shaban, and there is no wiladat in the month of Muharram. Okay, one of the specialty of this month is that it connects us to the month of Ramadan. This month is the month that connects us to the Ramadan, and it also gives us the opportunity to prepare ourselves for the month of Ramadan, month of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And as you would know that there are certain daily Aamal for this month which can be performed every day, and there are some special days in this month, and especially the Thursdays and Fridays of this month are very blessed days, and we have been asked to fast on those days. And we can, for example, recite the Munajat Shabani, one of the very famous munajat of our Prophet, from our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wa sallam.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
And we may also want to read about the Imam of our time. I mean, it's a very good opportunity for us, and because this month is a month in which our Imam was born, so it is also a good opportunity for us to know more about our Imam, recognize our Imam, get the marifat of our Imam. So we should find these kind of opportunities, and if it is possible for us to read even 10 pages for our Imam, about our Imam alayhi salam, then inshallah we will be able to know more about our Imam. Okay, there are many recommended Aamal for this month. Many recommended Aamal, and we cannot go in details, but I will mention only a few which are very, very important. It is recommended to give sadaqah in this month, even if it is as small as a half date. And agar aadhi bil khajur hai, then it is, alhamdulillah, very, very significant. It has a lot of importance. Sadaqah in this month brings about nijat minan nar, and a rescue from the fire of hell, from hell fire. And in this respect, there is a riwayah from our sixth Imam, Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali
One of the
Muhammad.
ashab, one of the sahabis of our Imam came to the Imam and asked about the merits of the month of Rajab. Imam answered, he said, why do you not ask about the merits of observing fasting in Shaban? And he came to ask about the month of Rajab, but instead Imam said, why don't you ask about the month of Shaban? So he said, okay, what is then the reward of him who observes Rosa or fasting in the month of Shaban, one day in the month of Shaban? So Imam said, the reward will be paradise, I swear it by Allah. And fasting for one day in this month gives us the reward of the paradise. And then he continued, what are the best deeds that should be done in this month? So Imam said, sadaqah and seeking forgiveness, yani istighfar, are the best deeds in this month of Shaban. Sadaqah and istighfar are the best. And then Imam says, verily, if any one of you gives sadaqah in Shaban, Almighty Allah will breed that sadaqah in the very same way as you breed your small camels. Hence, these alms or sadaqah will be as huge as mountain of Uhud on the day of Qiyamah or resurrection day, Ma'ad. And so, inshallah, if we give even a small piece of, let's say, date in sadaqah in this month, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would breed it like a camel, and it will, inshallah, grow in a big amount, and on the day of judgment, inshallah, we'll get that any small sadaqah in a big and huge, as a big and huge, like mountain of Uhud. Okay, one of the daily amal that we can perform, and very, very small amal and very effective, is to recite Astaghfirullah wa atubu ilayh. Astaghfirullah wa as'aluhu at-tawbah. Astaghfirullah wa as'aluhu at-tawbah. 70 times every day during this month. And there is also tasbih of istighfar. Astaghfirullah alladhi la ilaha illa huwa ar-rahman ar-rahim al-hayyul qayyum wa atubu ilayh. This is also to be recited 70 times every day. Inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive all our misdeeds and bad a'mal. Okay, we started our khutbah with the ayah from Surah An-Nahl, ayah number 112. And that ayah is a very important ayah for us because we are living in an era or time which is really, really corrupt and very bad. And we are living in a time of ashub or fitna, sedition. So we have been told to observe our religion and try to stick to our religious deeds and amal as much as possible. So most of the time it has been seen that we don't realize the importance of the ni'mat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala until they are taken from us. Until Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes a ni'mat from us, we don't realize it's important. For example, a person is healthy and he can eat anything. He can eat anything, even if you give a chili and a food with hot food or anything he can eat. But as soon as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes a very small thing from his ni'mat, very special ni'mat, and he starts getting, let's say, for example, heartburn, then he realizes what he was given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us many ni'mat, and unfortunately we are such that we begin to use the ni'mat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala against Allah's desires and His commands, and in places where He does not like us to use them. We take His ni'mat for granted, and we do not thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enough for whatever He has given us. So what is the reason why we have become like that? I'm not talking about a particular group of people or individual. It is a general tendency. Wherever you go, you will see people are ungrateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's ni'mat. And previously, in the olden days, like 50, 60 years, if we go back in the history, we would see people, even then, at that time, they did not have anything properly to eat or wear. They were happy, they were contented with their lives. But now, despite having everything, we are not happy, we are not satisfied, we are not content. We ask for more. We ask for more. And we are ungrateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for whatever He has. So the reason that we have been told is that we have become very, very materialistic in our ideology, in our thinking. Our way of thinking has completely become materialistic. We look at things through materialistic glasses. And everything has to be measured according to the materialistic standards. And this is a very big problem. Very, very huge and big problem. And this makes us disregard the ni'mat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Disregard the ni'mat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And so even sometimes a person disrespects and is disrespectful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And everything is about money and materialistic gains. So these are the only things that we care about these days. But let's look at the hadith of our first Imam Ali alayhi salam.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad.
Imam alayhi salam is pointing out a very important thing. He's saying, أحسنوا صحبة النعم قبل فراقها فإنها تزول وتشهد على صاحبها بما عمل فيها. And he's saying, accompany the favors, ni'mat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala well, make use of them well, and whatever ni'mat, whatever blessings and favors Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you, you make use them of well, properly use them. Do not use them